Hi there. So the plan had been for me to sit down and take detailed notes on these, which I like to do. I like to have them sitting here so I can read off them. But due to time constraints and my needing to get this thing up on Friday, happy Friday, by the way, that ain't gonna happen. So as a great man once said, F it, we'll do it live. All right, this video, this little flight is for all y'all in Chicago because these two things have recently hit Binny's in your area for about $55 each. And what are they? These are barrel picks, Spiribam barrel picks. Spiribam, a big distributor from St. Lucia Distillery on St. Lucia. Chairman Reserve single cask, and one of these, and both of these are cask strength, $55, remember. The first of these is a 16-year-old, 2006, from a column still, but they aged it in a port barrel. 16 years old, $55. And this one is from the Dore No. 2 pot still, ex-bourbon cask, barrel 2011, 12 years old. So on paper, these are screaming bargains. Like Chairman's Reserve is kind of killing it in the genre of bargain, high proof, high value rum right now. But even by their standards, this is a little bit crazy. So I'm going to taste these out. They might be terrible. And if they are terrible, I will tell you. But if they're good, these are a buy. These are a buy. I mean, at this price, you can afford to make daiquiris with these things. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to start off with the lower proof offering, which is the Coffey column still in port. 16 years old. I will put all the cask information down below. 16.8% alcohol by volume. Here we go. So they all they say is type of cask, port wine. They do not say if it was full maturation or a re-racking for finishing or secondary maturation. And also, oh wait, there's information on the back. Let me read this. I did not notice this before. Coffey still rum, aged 13 years in ex-bourbon cask. That's what I was going to say. This I'm getting a lot of bourbon cask on this. Before spending its last 3 years in a single port cask. So secondary maturation in port. I should do my research before starting these videos. Never mind, carry on. So yeah, tons and tons of vanilla, caramel, RC Cola, just the classic, column still molasses-based rum note. RC Cola. Banana peel. Is the port there? Yeah, there's a little bit of strawberry jam with loose tomato leaves in it, hiding in the corner. But it's not central. It's just adding a little bit of color. What's really driving this is a ton of bourbon cask. Bourbon, if you like heavy bourbon cask column distilled rum, you will like this nose. Belize fans, come on over. This is your thing. It's not crazy enough to really attract probably the Trinidad fans, but we're in that territory. Okay, I'm getting some dried cherry, candied orange peel, a little bit more leafiness kind of creeping through, but it's not just like tomato leaf. It's almost like a leafy tea or something. like a fruity black tea. Not like herbal teas, things with like fruit infusion. Just I should really nail down my tea knowledge. Fruity black tea. Some coffee notes, like a little bit of espresso drink, like a cortado or something. Lane cake, absolutely. Like, bourbon-driven Southern cake, which might get you a little high just from the amount of bourbon in it. That. More strawberry too, a little, but it's you got the jam thing, but you're also getting a little bit of like a Special K dried strawberry thing going on. Black pepper. A little bit of like a cheap brownies thing, but nice. Like grocery store brownies. And a touch of seawater. Just a little briny. Maybe the brownies are like sea salt brownies. Maybe that's what's going on. All right, on the palate. Ooh. 3 years in port cask. On the nose, I was wondering, where the heck's the port cask? It's on the palate is where it is. Oh. That's interesting. So it arrives very much like you're in Belize Town, right? Those super duper expensive bottles of old Belize rum that cost like 2 or 3 times as much as this. It arrives like that. Tons of brown sugar, RC cola, banana peel, dried cherry, that's what happens. The second you start to swallow, it starts to move back in your mouth. Ba-boom. Like it's black tea leaves, angry strawberry jam, tomato leaves, and strawberry leaves. Why not? It's pretty intense, actually. It's interesting. There's that big explosion. The second it starts to move back, but then especially on the back end as it goes past the molars, it just kind of acts like a big column still happy rum again. Vanilla, RC cola, all the lane cake, all those kinds of things. All that's happening in the back. Some coffee. It's really kind of in the middle that is angry strawberry, black tea, and leaves. Serious finish. The fruit and some of the sweetness doesn't hang on as long as I would like. I want to see what this does with water. At the moment, it feels maybe a hair bit out of balance, but port cask can do that, especially in a spirit that isn't super duper assertive on its own. But I want to see what water does, because water could bring this sucker right back into balance, in which case it is a buy. It might still be a buy. 4, 5. All right, moving on to this thing. Cast number. I'm not going to read the cast number. It's a long cast number. 2011, 12 years old. John Dore number 2 pot still from an ex-bourbon cask. And they say, there's a characterful rum from our second copper retort, double retort pot still. So no further information than that. It's bourbon still, John Dore 2. Bourbon Cask John Dore 2. It's been a day. Now, John Dore. So the famous cask among rum nerds, the famous still among rum nerds at Saint Lucia. Because remember, Saint Lucia is it's kind of like Saint Lucia's. It's a little bit like Diamond. They just have this big old collection of cool stills that they can draw upon and use, and then blend together to make their stuff, or keep separate to make cool single cask bottlings. That's kind of the SLD thing. John Dore tends to be less exciting than the 1 and 2, because Vendome is the one that makes this really grungy, gestures towards Corona kind of character. But still, for $55. Ooh. I know it sounds strange to reassure people that no, don't be scared because this one is really filthy and dirty. That's a strange thing to say, but yeah, I mean this. If you're afraid of this because it isn't a Vendome and it's not going to be like grungy and disgusting enough, don't be afraid. This is absolutely bringing a level of filth that I respect. Oh yeah. Vanilla, mixed olives, fennel, and burning bicycle tires all day long. It's not as peppery as some of the single cask Vendomes I've had. It's not bringing that intense peppery kind of character. Well, there's a fair bit of like a white pepper thing in here, but it is absolutely bringing some grungy rum stuff. What is that? Okay, so pineapple upside down cake, lemon peel, orange peel, fried plantains, kind of a sweet tobacco thing, not flavored tobacco. This is almost like a stoved Virginia kind of thing, or maybe even a black Cavendish thing. High sugar tobacco. Lots of vanilla. There is a cola thing, but it's not RC. What cola is that? It's like slightly, grungy craft cola. Yeah, something like that, where they really tried to keep the cola nuts kind of character in the front of it. Touch of ginger in this as well. Oh, I like you. I really was hoping I would be wrong and the port cask would win this. I don't think the port cask is going to win this. This smells fantastic. There's a lot of wood on this. But don't be scared because the spirit is absolutely holding its own. Some like little just some woody stuff, like some toasted firewood logs. Okay, on the palate. 62.9%, by the way. Ooh. Still not as peppery as a Vendome, but there is a lot more black pepper on the palate than was on the nose. Are you kidding me? I have to be a responsible YouTuber. I can't tell you to run out and buy cases of this. But I would grab one if you see it. This is fantastic. Palate is a lot like the nose with a little bit more pepper. So you're getting, bite tire fire, black pepper, vanilla, hint of fresh ginger, cinnamon, firewood, sweet, kind of stoved tobacco stuff. What is that? Olives? Did I mention olives? Fennel. Did I mention fennel? Fennel. Fennel and some black licorice. Jeez Louise. I mean, you could, on a reasonable budget, be set for Mai Tais for the rest of your life. If you found enough of this bottling. Wow. You have to be ready for that intense tire fire element to kind of hold on the finish. This is not a fruity rum. It's there. You've got that kind of like orange peel, pineapple upside down cake thing. Yeah. That's there, but it's not leading the way. This is very grungy, savory, industrial kinds of stuff. I'm into this. It's getting a serious score. I'm gonna add some water to it. 3, 4, at least 5. Ooh, it sweetens up a little bit. Let's add some, just a dash more. Yeah, I don't know the story behind these. I don't know. I know, so Chairman's Reserve St. Lucia Distillers has been doing a lot of barrel picks kind of around the globe recently. And I know a lot of stores have been, discounting them because people are insane and they're not buying the things despite their being fantastic. But this is not a sale. Like $55 at Binny's is the base price of these things. So I feel like there has to be a story behind this, and I just don't know what it is. But at some point, you don't need to ask a whole lot more questions. Wow. Okay. Let's try the port cask one again. I repeat, 16 years old, secondary maturation in port casks, cask strength, 55 bones. Okay, so a couple of things have happened on the nose. The strawberry jam element on this has absolutely come out, which I'm not unhappy with because it's also sweetened up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's strawberry jam, but it's also almost, strawberry bubble gum on the nose. The leafiness and the black tea thing, there's still a little bit in play, but yeah, it smells delicious. On the palate. And that's what I was hoping would happen. Water kind of pulls this thing together. It's still very peppery. There is still absolutely like a bitter black tea component on this, and a lot of strawberry, and a lot of kind of a like a tomato leaf, vegetable leaf kind of thing. It's there. It hasn't gone away, but it's come into harmony with the RC Cola, with the Lane Cake, with the firewood and the vanilla and all of that stuff. I still don't think it's going to win the comparison unless the John Dore falls on its face. But, yeah. Finish is better. Mouth feels better. It's not that... So, the structural elements, the bitterness on the finish, aren't sticking around any longer, but everything else is. Actually, there's some flowers coming out now that are sticking around. Hell yeah. Score-wise, I mean... And the fact that this improves with water tells me it will improve in cocktails. Like, I don't know. I think this would murder in a Cuba Libre. By which I mean you would want to drink so much of it might actually kill you because it's 60% alcohol. Score-wise, $85 plus, maybe. I'll keep with 85. 85 points. That being said, this, column still in port cask isn't necessarily my preferred style. So you might appreciate this more than I do if those are more your thing. Even if they're not your thing, $55. $55. All right, and back to the John Dore number 2, 12-year-old. On the nose, now with water. Interesting. Now it's starting to throw a little bit of like a incense and balsa wood thing at it. It's starting to... We've gone from tire fire to almost like Port Moran territory. It's gotten like more aromatic, more floral. No, it's still grungy. It's still got a little bit of like a like an earthy burned thing to it. Okay. On the palate. Tire fire still rules on the palate, though. No, I mean, there's some incensey, perfumey things creeping in now, too. Ooh. I can't get up to 89. I don't think it's that good, but we're pretty close. We're in that territory. This is good. It's a very savory, industrial, mean-spirited in the best possible way, pot still Caribbean rum. But I gotta say, from where the market is right now, this should be twice what it's priced at, or pretty close. I mean, I'll call this an 88 flat. 88 points. Am I being too hard? No, if the finish were just a little bit more, a little bit longer, and a little bit more, if there was a little bit more complexity, I would be up there at kind of 89 territory. But it's $55. $55, and I guarantee you this will create Mai Tai all day long. So yeah, there is your question answered if you happen to stumble across these on the Binny's website. 85 points for the port cask 16-year-old. But bear in mind, I am not a fan of port casks, and if you are, you will probably like this better than I do. And 88 points for the 12-year-old John Dore 2. And yeah, that is the video. Thank you for watching. And cheers, and yeah, maybe don't, don't go too crazy on this. I don't want to get in trouble. Bye.